The Rohingya conflict with the Myanmar government lasted for so long and has become the attention of the international community since 2012 until now. This happened because of allegations of human rights violation against the Rohingya ethnic group. The Rohingya ethnic group is a Muslim minority population in Myanmar, precisely in Rakhine province which borders Bangladesh. The Rohingya ethnicity was mixed descent from Arabs, Moors, Turks, Persians, Mughals, and Pathans. Conflict began because the Rohingya were not recognized as an official ethnic group in Myanmar, and they were considered illegal Bengali immigrants, one of the ethnic groups from Bangladesh. In addition, the Myanmar government doesn't give citizenship status to the Rohingya ethnicity. As a result, they cannot access proper education and work. The Myanmar government considers that the Rohingya ethnicity is not an ethnic group that existed in Myanmar before Myanmar's independence in 1948. Meanwhile, ethnicity whose citizenship is recognized must have existed in Myanmar before the British colonial occupation in 1824. Another cause of conflict was the jealousy of the Rakhine ethnicity towards the Rohingya, because the Rohingya Muslim ethnic population has continued to increase in recent years, so that their existence is considered to be disturbing to the Rakhine ethnicity. The existence of the Rohingya ethnic group is increasingly threatened because of the crimes committed by the Rakhine ethnic group, such as looting, destroying homes, burning mosques, and raping. As a result, the conflict between the two has dragged on and caused damage to Rakhine province. In 2000, the Rohingya ethnic group received massive discrimination by the Myanmar military junta government. They built special houses for Buddhists from the Burmese ethnicity. They were given livable houses by the government. As a result of this development, the Rohingya people's land was forcibly confiscated by the Myanmar government. As a result, the ethnic Rohingya lost their homes and became homeless without had a job. At the first, the conflict between the Rohingya and Rakhine was unknown to the international community. Then, in June 2012, the international media provided news about the existence of the Rohingya conflict. This news became the culmination of the conflict between the Rohingya and Rakhine, marked by the massive burning of houses inhabited by the Rohingya and the attacks carried out by both parties. It was also known that the Myanmar military and police participated in propagating the two ethnic groups and even took part in carried out attacks on Rohingya settlements. This has received criticism from the international community, such as the United Nations and European Union, and even human rights organizations, such as Amnesty International, which considers that the Myanmar government has systematically discriminated against the Rohingya ethnic group. The conflict that occurred between the Rohingya and Rakhine led to violation of human rights against the Rohingya ethnicity. These human rights violations included murder, burn of houses, and rape. The Rohingya ethnic group also doesn't get the rights that must be obtained from their country, such as civil and political, economic, social and cultural rights, peace, the right to self-determination, and get a decent environment to live. However, the Rohingya don't get these rights, and what they get was unfair treatment from their own government and even limits the right to life. In addition to human rights violations, the Rohingya ethnic group receive acts of discrimination in the form of not being recognized as a citizen of Myanmar. The Myanmar government made a Burmanization policy, which meant only recognize the existence of Buddhism in Myanmar, and the existence of the Rohingya ethnic group, which is an ethnic Muslim, was not recognized. Other unfair treatment was the enactment of the law that ethnic Rohingya can only have 2 children and abolish Islamic schools. Due to unfair treatment, the Rohingya fled to several countries, such as Bangladesh, Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia, to seek comfort and protection. Although some have chosen to remain in Rakhine, their situation was often threatened until the kill of the Rohingya ethnic group occurs. At its peak in 2017, the number of refugees has increased on a large scale, and the Rohingya ethnic group continues to come surrounding countries to seek refuge until now. Ethnic Rohingya also find it difficult to flee to other countries because of difficult access to transportation. Until now, this conflict continues and has not found the right solution to handle it, even though other countries and international organizations are participating in resolving the conflict. The solution that we think can be done to this conflict is that the government of Myanmar can amend the 1982 citizenship law so that the Rohingya ethnic group can get recognition as citizens of Myanmar. Because if someone doesn't have citizenship, then that person is not considered subject to the implementation of the law. Therefore, the protection of human rights for the Rohingya ethnic group must be protected by ASEAN as an organization in Southeast Asia. However, ASEAN has a principle of non-intervention, which results in other member countries not being able to interfere in other countries' internal problems. In other words, this principle hinders conflict resolution and heats up relations between ASEAN members. In addition, ASEAN acted help measures against the Rohingya conflict regarding human rights violations. Therefore, this principle needs to be changed so this conflict can end and the Rohingya get a decent life and get justice.